episode is sponsored by B-Day. It's Beyonce's birthday. If you listen to this on Monday, the day that this episode is released, then happy birthday to Beyonce. If you're not, how dare you?
How dare
How
you?
dare you? How do you not? Why are you not celebrating Beyonce's birthday with us?
Mm-hmm. Great questions.
I mean, questions that I think we need answers to.
I agree. I
So
agree.
let us know. There's a lot of people who listen on Mondays, which is really nice.
That is really nice. Look at you
Yeah,
guys. I
yeah.
love that. Happy birthday, Beyonce. Beyonce, come on the pod.
Beyonce,
What a blast we would have.
I'm on the pod. How old is Beyonce going to be? Let's see. No, not Beyonce.com. Beyonce. She's gonna be 42 years old.
Wow.
Beyonce,
She doesn't look a day over 21.
not a day. Um, okay. Wow.
That's
40.
actually crazy. I thought she was gonna be like 39.
No, 42. She's gonna be 42.
Wow, we've all gotten so old.
The most famous Virgo in the world.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay. Well,
I love her.
what are you doing to honor Beyonce?
What am I doing to honor Beyonce? We have the day off in celebration.
Yeah.
We have the day off in celebration of
Isn't that
Beyonce's
wild? There's
birthday.
already a holiday on her birthday.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm,
I'm actually glad work gave me the day off to celebrate Beyonce because that's really nice of them.
yeah.
That is really nice of them. What am I doing? I don't know. I might go see a movie. That new movie, Bottoms, is out.
I heard that was very good.
I know.
Yeah.
So I might go do that.
Who are you gonna go see it with?
I don't know yet. I
Oh,
just came up with it right now.
oh, okay. Are you? Could you go? Would you go by yourself?
100%.
Oh, okay.
I have a plan. My mom told me the other day, because I was talking to my mom about my birthday, and I was like, I kind of want to take a trip. I'm like, but I don't know if I want to take a trip with someone or if I just want to go by myself. And she's
Mhm.
like, why would you go by yourself? You
Uh-huh.
can't have fun by yourself. And I was like, Mom, I don't know if you've heard, but I'm a blast.
Uh-huh.
I have a great time. I would have a
Uh-huh.
great time by myself. I actually don't know if that's true. If I've never traveled by myself, but I am a blast. So
You are
I am.
a blastity blast.
Yeah, but I've gone to the movies by myself before.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
I saw Farewell by myself, the Aquafina movie
Uh-huh.
directed by Lulu Wang, cried
Yeah.
by myself.
I'm trying to think of when I've gone to the movies by myself, and I don't know.
Interesting.
I'm not opposed to it.
Right.
And have I? I feel like I have.
I don't know.
But what did I see? I
I
mean,
do like the movie experience of experiencing it with other people because then you get to go home and discuss it with someone that already knows what you're talking about.
Lord have mercy.
Not if you've gone with Adrian, though. Not if you've gone with Adrian. One time Adrian and I don't think I told you this. One time Adrian and I went to go see what did we go see? Secret Garden. Um and then when we were driving home, he didn't say anything about it. And the whole time I thought he really does not discuss he really doesn't discuss what he just saw with people. And since you didn't open the conversation, I was like, he probably doesn't have a lot to say about it. So we're not gonna
Wait,
discuss
we
it,
didn't
which
talk about it at all?
no.
I didn't even ask you.
I think at the when it first ended, there was that initial conversation of, oh, it was
Uh-huh.
good, and da, da, da. But
Uh-huh.
like I'm used to it, like with Candace and Angie and Kristen,
Uh-huh.
like we get in the car and we have these long discussions about
Mhm.
what the movie or the show, what we
Uh-huh.
thought of it, what it meant to us, what this and that, and analyzing different parts of it, and that did not happen in our car ride, which is fine. But you've always said that. I don't think we've seen a lot of things together.
Right.
And if we have, I don't think we've had the experience of going home together.
Right.
And that night we did. I'm just kidding. But that night we were in the car together and I was like,
Mhm.
oh, he wasn't kidding. He really doesn't discuss the things that he sees. Interesting.
You're making okay. First of all, I've talked about this before that I'm
You
not the
have.
yeah I'm yeah. So yes, I'm not the biggest fan of like mostly because I just don't have as much of a critical eye as other people. And so sometimes I don't have a lot to add to the conversation. And so, I don't necessarily I don't mind listening to what others have to say about whatever we just watched.
Right,
I
that's not as
just
fun though
I
for the
well,
other person.
right, right, right. But I just sometimes I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
interesting.
maybe it just didn't move me as much as I would have liked to, so that I could express that
I
feeling.
think it, whatever way it would have moved you, it would have been the same. I do think that. I think that. I may be wrong, but I do think
Hmm.
that. Um, but that's okay. But that's
Hmm.
okay because I
Hmm.
have other friends to discuss the things with. You
Hmm.
know, now I know that with you, I go and watch the thing, and then that's it stays there. It the feelings stay in that building.
Uh-huh.
And then we go home and we don't bring it up ever again.
That's not.
I
That's
mean,
not.
not in a
If
mean
you,
way, but it technically is true. Did we talk about the secret garden ever again?
I don't think we have.
No, we
What?
didn't.
Okay, but also, what would we say about the secret
I
garden?
mean, well, there's when you go, guys, someone please write into our DMs, tell me that it's not just me interviewing people about things because it's not, you have these discussions about, what you thought, what you liked, what you didn't like, the acting, the singing,
Hmm.
this was a musical. So all these different things.
Uh-huh.
I like this performance. I didn't like this performance. I do remember in Hadestown,
Uh-huh.
I did try to talk about it after you seemed uninterested in the discussion. I was like, but the guy's voice, I didn't like the guy. And you're like, I think that's just his voice. I was like, you're laughing because you remember exactly what I'm talking
Yeah, yeah, I do. Um, yeah, sometimes I just don't. I'm not moved in a way to really
What do you
have
mean? Because
have
Hadestown was move worthy.
no, it was, but maybe I think I just wasn't I didn't see what you saw, and so I was like,
But you saw
and
things, right?
yeah, 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 I of
But there was
course,
no,
yeah,
there
I
was
know,
me.
uh-huh.
I was affected by this, and there was no, oh, well, I was affected by, you know what I mean?
Well, I guess I wasn't affected enough.
I don't think that's true. I think you
Well,
just
but
hold
when we
on
went to
to
go
it.
watch Moulin Rouge, I feel what do you remember what that experience was like after? I felt
I
like I
do
was,
remember we did chat about it for a little bit, and I don't
yeah.
think we didn't drive home together for
Nah,
that.
I
I
think
don't
I
think we.
drove you back to my place.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
I do remember us discussing that. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
fine.
love Moulin Rouge. Moulin
Moulin
Rouge
Rouge is
was so
perfect.
good.
Perfect. If
So
you have a
good.
chance to go see Moulin Rouge,
Yeah.
take that ass to the
Yeah.
theater and watch it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the
I'm
Nicole Kidman
still
movie, the Broadway
No, the
production.
Broadway production.
Yeah.
I'm still a little disappointed I didn't go to Broadway to go see JoJo. I feel like that would have been amazing.
Oh, could you imagine?
I can't. I can't because
Oh,
I wasn't there.
right. Okay. Yeah.
Mistakes were made.
Yeah. I need to be I don't I sometimes I need to be what's the word? Picked and prodded. Like you need to like ask me specific questions if you want to get things out of me
Interesting.
sometimes. I'm not
See,
I'm not opposed to not sharing something.
that's different from what you've said
Okay,
previously.
hold on
So
here.
now it feels like you're lying.
Let me finish
Okay.
my thought.
Okay. Finish that
I'm
thought
I'm not
so I can call you a
opposed
liar.
I'm not opposed to sharing
Hmm.
something, but if I don't have anything overwhelming to like say, then I'm going to you need to ask me questions. You need to be like, well, what did you think about this? And what did you think about that? And maybe my answers may be a little bit simple.
I mean, I don't think I have anything particularly exciting to say about things most of the time. But
Hmm.
I think it's just you've experienced something together, and so you want to see, especially if it's like a thing. I especially like doing it if it's a thing that I was excited about and this was a new experience for this other human.
Mhm.
Then I really want to know.
Uh-huh.
You know what though? You know what's worse than that situation is like
Uh-huh.
I have a friend, I won't call them out because I think they listen to this podcast, but they're gonna hear this and they're gonna be like, oh, that's me. I have a friend that whilst if there's a movie that this person has seen and I have not seen, and this person really loves this movie, she'll watch you while you're watching the movie. I just said she,
Is
but
it
she
Angie?
will. No, 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 it's not Angie, but she will watch you to see if you're enjoying it as much as she thought that you would.
Oh, I can't be friends with her.
Yeah, it's rough.
Or I
I
can't
mean,
go
it's not
watch a
rough,
movie
but
with
like
her.
it's a lot.
And have you had this conversation with her before?
No,
Oh, okay.
no. No, but she's made comments that she's aware. She's aware
Uh,
that's
uh
a lot.
Yeah. I mean, you also just emotionally connect with things a lot more than I do.
That's true.
And sometimes I don't.
Right.
And
And that's okay.
sometimes I just don't have anything to say about that.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
I'll
I'm
uh-huh.
I'm not a boring person. I just want people to know
I,
that.
I don't think anyone ever thought that.
Well, some people might.
I don't think that they did. I don't think that they
Some
did.
people
And if
might.
you did, how dare you?
Yeah. I mean, am I the most thrilling person you've ever encountered in
No,
your
I
entire
wouldn't say
life?
that either. No,
Okay,
I'm
right.
just
Okay,
kidding. No,
hold on now.
I'm just kidding.
Right. Right. Um, yeah.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I do I do think you're an exciting person, and I do think you have a lot of interesting things to add to a conversation. And
Of
I'm not just
course.
saying
Yeah.
that. I
Thank
really do
you.
think that.
Yeah.
But because you've already previously on this podcast, it's on record. Jaime, you
No,
can
I
pull up the
know.
tape, Jaime, where you've said that you don't particularly want, need, or enjoy sharing that it's not like I'm going to sit there and prod you because I already know. So it's kind of like, well, he'll talk about it if it did move him in a
Well,
specific way.
I don't want to intimidate anybody or scare anybody to
Oh, baby,
not
I'm not
bringing
intimidated. I'm
I'm
just
just into having a conversation about something that we just
it's not
watched.
intimidation.
I
It's just
just
uh-huh.
I I don't pay attention to things as much as
Mm,
other people do. So people have
right.
other more interesting things to say about a film that I or a show or whatever that I do want to listen to because a lot of the time I'm not catching some of these things, you know?
Right.
And
Right. Right.
so I just yeah, I will I listen. Listen.
I'm
Li-
listening.
listen.
I'm gonna listen.
I am happy.
Uh-huh.
I'm happy to have a conversation about something that we just watched. I really truly am.
Okay.
I just want to set the expectations low where
Okay.
I may not necessarily um have some kind of I may just be like I thought it was really great
Right.
and that you may not get a lot more out of me.
Right. Right. Right.
But
Right.
if I really like something or if I really connect with something, you'll know because my reaction will be
Yeah.
different.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And so maybe my non-reaction is my reaction to I just didn't connect with it.
Yeah.
But I thought it was fine. I didn't hate it.
Right. I want you to know that when I ask questions about a thing we've watched after, I'm actually not expecting a thesis.
Uh-huh.
I'm not. As a simple, I enjoyed that would
Uh-huh.
be that's fine
And I
with
think I've
that.
given that to you before when
That's
I
true.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
true.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
true.
not first of all, I'm not a mute when we leave a theater.
No, no, you're not. You're not a mute. I don't think I ever implied that you were a mute. I just said that you don't discuss the thing we've just seen. And I said once we got in the car, because in the building, yes, there was a conversation of, oh, I like this and I like that. Da, da, da.
Uh,
But once we got in the car, it wasn't like a thing. I'm just used to the conversation lasting as long as we're together after the
Uh-huh.
thing, and then
Uh-huh.
we go our separate ways. And even then, some may say that Candace and I still text about it,
Uh-huh. Yeah. Well, yeah.
depending on the thing.
Yeah. Maybe you and Candace should get married. How about that?
Yeah.
Hi, Candace.
Oh,
Candace is Julie's best friend, who, by the way, left her for a man and moved across the world.
how dare
So,
she?
how about that for a best friend,
How about
Candace?
that? How about that for a best friend? Um, I don't know how we got to fighting, but I'd like to.
I don't think we're fighting.
Oh, okay. The
Are
audience
you?
is
Are
like,
you
no, you
mad?
guys are definitely fighting.
Are you mad at me?
I am not. I am not upset.
By the way, welcome to
Okay.
Yumi and Chisme, your number one source for Chisme on the internet. Over 10 minutes in, and we are hello, hello, hello. Julie and Adrian here. Julie, how are you?
I'm well. How are
You,
you?
living life, alive, which,
Good enough
okay.
is the least we could do, and it's the
It's
best we can
the
do.
least,
Yeah,
right? Everyone's just trying their best.
we are just trying our best,
Everyone is trying their best.
and
Life
it's
is
hard.
hard.
It's
Life is
hard.
hard. It comes at you fast.
It comes at you fast.
All you can do is hope for the best
You hold on. You
and
just
hold
better hold
on
on tight.
and buckle in for the peaks and valleys of life.
Yes. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
A lot
Okay.
is happening.
So, it's like, what is in the something's in the air.
It's Mercury's bitch ass.
It's Mercury. Mercury. Did you see the moon the other day?
No, it wasn't even blue. Why they call it a blue moon? I'm gonna take my ass outside for a moon that's not even blue. Y'all called it blue? No, I'm not doing that.
Okay, it didn't look. I mean, it looked incredible to me. Like it was
Right,
gorgeous. It was
right.
full and it was bright. But I also didn't see blue in it. But I'm colorblind, so I was like, is that because I'm colorblind, or you know?
No, my
Yeah.
roommate said it wasn't blue. I was like, then why am I going to walk outside for?
Oh, right. You didn't even look at it. I went up
No, I
to my
didn't.
roof to my roof to go look at it, and it was like a spotlight on me. It was
You
so
went up to the roof.
yeah, yeah. You can like walk up to the roof of my
Hmm.
building.
I love that for you.
Yeah.
That's cute. Well, it happened, and I will never get a chance to see it again.
It's gonna
'Cause
happen
I'm
in
probably gonna die.
2037.
I'm gonna be gone by then, babes.
2037 is in like
We're not even.
we're in 2023. It's like in 14 years or something
Yeah,
like that.
bye. I mean,
Okay.
we're gonna be gone by then. Well, me,
Okay.
I'll be gone. Yeah,
Okay. Hmm.
yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to get close to the 2040s.
Okay. Well,
No, it feels like chaos.
it's not that far away.
You're talking like our planet's gonna last that long.
Well, I mean,
Let's actually not, because I start getting paranoid.
okay.
It's a joke, and then I get paranoid. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's not good for anyone.
Yeah. Okay. Well, do you have anything else you want to share with the people?
What's been going on with me? I'm feeling good.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I'm feeling good. It is all falling apart, right? The state
Yeah.
of the world, people,
Uh-huh.
everything's expensive, no one can afford
Uh-huh.
anything. But I'm over here planning my trip to London,
Okay.
having the time of my life.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm doing really good.
I'm very happy to
Um,
hear that.
and feeling more like myself. And then someone at work told me, they were like, because I had mentioned, I talk to everybody.
Uh-huh.
And sometimes you're having a good conversation and then you're like, oh, I told them my life story.
Uh-huh.
Isn't that weird how that
Uh-huh.
happens?
Uh-huh.
And I was talking to this girl at work a couple of weeks, last week, 2 weeks ago, I was talking to her and I was telling her, because she was like, you seemed like off for a minute. And I was
Uh-huh.
like, yeah, I was going through some stuff. I had really bad depression. Da, da, da. And we had that conversation. I was like, but I feel like I'm slowly starting to find my way back to myself. Like I still don't feel 100%, but I'm getting there.
Uh-huh.
And she was like, oh. And then yet the other day, like on Thursday or something, we were having a conversation. I was cracking her up. I was,
Uh-huh.
oh, so funny. And then the day after, no, this was like on a Tuesday. And then like on the Thursday that I saw her, she's like, I meant to tell you. She's like, I noticed that you're you again. And I was like,
Uh-huh.
do you? And she's like, I do. She's like, you had made a comment that you didn't feel like yourself again. And she's like, I remember thinking on Tuesday when we were talking, like, oh my gosh, she's back. Like she's
Uh-huh.
back to being really funny and like
Uh-huh.
conversating with everyone and like doing all this stuff and like being personable. And she's like, and I feel like you kind of just walked around here for a minute, like a zombie, like you weren't
Uh-huh.
really here. Like you talk to people and you try to laugh, but like it wasn't the same. She's like, and on Tuesday, when I was laughing really hard at something you were saying, I was like, there she is. She's
Mm.
back. And I was like, that is so nice that you said that you've
Mm-hmm.
noticed, because I do feel like I'm getting back to myself.
Mm-hmm.
um it's just taking me some time, but I do feel more like myself like right now in this moment and last week and like this last week than I have in the last 2 to 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels really, I've been writing again. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like back on the TikTok, I'm being
Mm-hmm.
creative. um I'm just like, oh, there she is.
Yeah.
She was hiding, but she's back.
Yeah, you had a viral video on
Yeah, that was
YouTube.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
guys, our YouTube views went up and we got new subscribers.
Yes. Congratulations.
Thank you,
Yay.
thank you, thank you. I had to translate a video to Spanish,
Yeah. You're so crazy.
and I'm gonna have to keep doing it if
You're
I'm gonna keep covering Spanish music.
right. Okay.
And we might have to start looking into transcribing all our videos and give them subtitles, baby.
Listen.
That's the thing I've been thinking about recently.
Let's talk about that off air.
I mean, I think we're gonna have to. Do you know what I worry about often? Well, I don't worry
Mm-hmm.
about often, but it is a thought that comes to my mind. Is because we don't have captions on our videos, and
Mm-hmm.
it's not something that I've really thought about. But then I thought one of these days someone's gonna stumble upon our video and call us inaccessible.
Mm-hmm.
But it is to say it's a process. So I looked into it because I was like,
Uh-huh.
here I was thinking, I'll just there should be a little button that you click and they should be
Uh-huh.
able to give you little captions. They don't even do it for English. They don't just give you captions. You have
Uh-huh.
to physically, manually transcribe your video,
Mm-hmm.
upload the captions.
Mm-hmm.
YouTube, I don't know, bots, whatever the behind the scenes will
Mm-hmm.
attempt to sync the words to what you're saying, but you
Mm-hmm.
still have to review it. And if it doesn't, like it didn't for my Spanish ones, you
Mm-hmm.
have to go in there and time them
Mm-hmm.
yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, there's other ways to do it. Like you can use other software to do it and then just upload that video, but it can be expensive.
It can be
So
expensive. I mean, I'd rather manually do it. I mean, it took me forever for an 11-minute video.
yeah, and these are an
So
hour and a half videos.
I know. I know.
So, you know.
I mean, we're much to think. I mean, I'm a fast typer, but but we do talk faster than I type. So, and that video was hard because I had to transcribe it and then I had to translate it. And that was hard. My Spanish is not, so then I was like, I'm just gonna Google translate it because my Spanish is not Spanishing the way it needs to be Spanishing.
Mm-hmm.
So I did that because people were watching the video. A lot of people were watching the video and they were disappointed because it wasn't subtitled. And we don't want to disappoint people. And I should have, I should have, um, what's it called? Prepared for that problem because at the end of the day, I was reviewing a song by a Latin artist. I should have thought her audience is mostly Spanish speaking. My brain was not braining that day.
I think you're totally fine. Listen, um, it's an operation to do these things.
It's a whole thing,
It's a whole
babes.
thing.
It's a whole thing. If anyone wants to transcribe for free, please, for free, emphasis on the, maybe we should get an intern. I just watched the
You
episode.
can't not pay interns nowadays.
Oh, that's true. Damn it. I just watched the episode of, I'm not trying not to pay people. I only said it because I just watched the episode of Broad City
Uh-huh.
where Alana's boss goes to her and he's like, you have to do some work today. Like I talked to my therapist and she told me to tell you that you have to do some work today. You can't just sit here and do nothing all day. You have to, I need a deal done. Da, da, da. And he's like, I'm gonna leave for the day. And then when I get back at the end of the day, you better have some work done. And so she gets online and hires interns to do their job.
Oh my
And then one
gosh.
of her coworkers is like, you can't just hire interns. She's like, yes, I do. I don't have to pay them. It's so good.
Oh my
So we
gosh.
should look in. No, no, I know. Interns should be paid.
Interns should
Absolutely.
be paid. Yes.
So we just have to get, I have to get faster at transcribing, I guess.
Okay. Okay. I believe in you.
At least there's that.
I
As
believe
long
in
as
you.
you believe in me.
And that's all that matters.
That is.
Okay. Well, Julie,
Adrian,
you wanted to bring up a subject. And
I did want to
so
bring up the subject.
I give you the floor, madame.
Thank you so much. I hate to do this to everyone. Yes, at this point, this topic, some may say has run its course, but not me. But
Right.
not me. We are once again, coming in hot with the topic of Celebrity Big Brother Mexico. We are doing it because I want to talk about something that I've seen happen. So, as some of you know, I became obsessed with La Casa de los Famosos, also known as Celebrity Big Brother Mexico, where we discussed the show, the celebrities in it, and now that it's over, the show is over. Wendy Guevara won first place, Nicola Porchella won second place, and then so on and so forth. I really want to talk about what's happening with Nicola and Wendy, and their fandoms that they've created. When they came into the house, Wendy had an Instagram following of 1.6 million followers.
Mhm.
And Nicola came into the house with 2.2 million followers on Instagram.
Mhm.
Currently, Wendy Guevara has 7 million followers on Instagram,
Oh my
and
gosh.
Nicola has 5 million followers on Instagram.
Mhm.
And the fan bases, and I want to get Adrian's thought process on this because he has seen a show like Big Brother. And I'm
Mhm.
wondering if this is an effect of watching 24/7 live streams of these people,
Mhm.
and you feel like you know them in such an intimate way that once they come out of this house and they go and they live their lives, you as a fan, I'm laughing because it feels so ridiculous. You as a fan feel, I'm not saying me, I am a fan. I'm a fan of Wendy and I'm a fan of Nicola, but I'm aware of boundaries, and I'm
Uh-huh.
not, I don't allow myself to get intense. But there's this thing that's happening with these two people. I'll give you two examples.
Mhm.
Wendy Guevara has a friend who she's had a friendship with for about 4 years. Her fan base previous to Celebrity Big Brother was not a fan of this man, and now that her fan base has grown, now the new fans also are not a fan of this human. And so when she left the house a couple of days after she left, and he didn't really support her while she was in the house, from what I could see, and I was
Mhm.
seeing everything, so
Mhm.
or as much as I could. So once she left, she was seen with him, and oh baby, the fans were not happy.
Mhm.
The fans were demanding that she end her friendship with him,
Mhm.
demanding that she stop speaking to him, stop bringing him places, stop showing up with him. We don't want to
Mhm.
see him. There was an announcement that she will be doing a reality TV show a la Keeping Up with the Kardashians,
Mhm.
and all of her friends will be showing up there, and he's one of the people that will be, because he is her friend, he will be on the show. And
Mhm.
people said if he will be on there, we will not be watching anything he's a
Mhm.
part of. We don't want anything to do with it.
Mhm.
Stop being friends with him. That's one thing that happened.
Mhm.
On the other side of things, Nicola is he's known as a party boy. He parties a lot, but he's clearly a hard worker. I mean, he partied inside of on Fridays, it was party days. He would party, have a great time. Now he's out, and he and his bestie Augustine, they go to parties, and then the next day he goes to work. Well, people go on his Instagram and on Augustine's Instagram, and they leave comments like, "Do not party. You have work tomorrow."
Oh my god.
You have work tomorrow. Don't go party. Don't do this. Don't get too drunk. Don't, don't hang out with this person. Don't hang out with this person. Don't like it seems excessive in a way that borderlines dangerous to
Mm-hmm.
me. To
Mm-hmm.
me. Nicola, come on the show. I'd love to see how you're processing it. I'd love to see you just in general, but I would love to see how he's processing it on his end, because he's being very polite to his fan base. He's very respectful. He's very appreciative of what he's living. Wendy was a little bit more like, I don't know who the fuck you think you are, but you're not going to tell me what to do.
Mm-hmm.
So she was very much like, I appreciate that you voted for me, but you're not going to come on here and tell me what to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to do it. And I don't care
Mm-hmm.
what you have to say. This is my friend. He's going to show up in my lives. He's going to show up on my show. He's my friend. I think he's our best friend.
Mm-hmm.
I have my own opinions about this man that may or may not be negative, but I'm not going to get on there and be like, Wendy, don't be his friend.
Mm-hmm.
Who do I think I am?
Mm-hmm.
Who do I get a little anxiety when I know that Nicola is going to a party and he has to work at 7 a.m. in the morning? A little bit. I'm like, when are you going to sleep, sir? When are you going to sleep?
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna burn out. Like that's
Mm-hmm.
a lot of energy you're exuding, and you're not giving your body rest, and you're not, feeding yourself. Like, you need to eat, man. Are you not eating? You know what I mean? Like, there is this little bit, and I do think it's the 24/7 live streams that do make you feel like these people in such an
Mm-hmm.
intimate level.
Mm-hmm.
It does make you feel like that. And so because of that, I don't know, Nicola, he just exudes this like energy where you want to like protect him, and you want to help him out, and you want to send him like little, like, don't forget to eat. Like, don't do, but I'm not gonna say, I mean, don't forget to eat and don't go party are two different sentiments, in
Uh-huh.
my opinion. I'm not writing this man to not forget to eat. I want to make it clear. I'm just saying
Uh-huh.
that expressing that sentiment and expressing don't go party or don't hang out with this woman, don't don't talk to this woman. It's a lot of woman based situations
Mm-hmm.
of advice and intrigue and this behavior of trying to rule their lives. And Nicola is so much, I think he appreciates this opportunity so much because he was not at this level before he entered the house,
Mm-hmm.
that he's afraid. I don't know if he's afraid, but hesitant to say chill the fuck out. I don't know who the fuck you think you are, but you can't tell me what to do. So he just appreciates and thanks people, instead of, the only time he really did say something is he has a tour going on right now, and he's doing meet and greets and stuff. I bought ticket. No, I didn't. He's not coming to LA. So, but he has a tour going on, and his first date was in Texas. He only had one US date. I couldn't make it. So, but he had one US date, and it was a little unorganized. It was a little unorganized. It wasn't up to par to the celebrity status that he's reached, in my opinion. And people were really coming for his management team.
Mm-hmm.
And his manager has an Instagram account, and they were going on there, the fans were going on there and threatening to take down her Instagram accounts, the agency's account and her personal account.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only time Nicola went out and said, please don't do that. Please don't attack. They're trying their best. Nobody in my team, me, no one involved in this anticipated what is happening right now. The level of
Mm-hmm.
what's it called, need, what's it called, oh, what's that word, the level of demand
Uh-huh.
for my appearances, like no one anticipated it. So maybe we are a little bit unprepared, which I think that they are. And I don't think I really don't think their agency was ready for this level of celebrity status, but I also think there's a learning curve. And if this agency was with him when he was at his, not at his highest,
Mm-hmm.
then obviously he's going to want to stick with them. He seems to be very loyal to the people that did open doors for him when no one else would. You're laughing at me.
I'm not laughing at you.
It looks like you're.
I'm laughing at the situation
What's so
because
funny?
um it's because I've never cared about anybody on TV this much.
Bitch, neither have I. This is surprising everyone, especially and more than anything, me. Because a reality TV star.
Well, I mean, he's not just a reality TV star,
You're
but
right.
it's just interesting because um I'll speak for myself and my experience.
Uh-huh.
Like I can barely take care of myself,
I 100% agree.
and I mean, it's also the culture that we live in. Like, people are so obsessed with like trying to tell people what to do and how to live their lives, and
Yeah,
like we should take the internet away from everybody.
it's a
um
lot.
and yeah, it's very, it's I mean, I get it, but also it's very weird.
Yeah.
And so it's, yeah, it's like, take a deep breath, it's okay.
Okay. Just kidding.
I understand the emotional connection that people have and make with celebrities.
Right.
um but I think the internet has put a microscope on it, that is because it's so
Yeah.
easy for us to communicate with them. But I mean, this has been the case, like, when the Beatles were coming around and the girls were like going crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same thing. Now you just have it at your fingertips, and you can express that type of emotion in many different ways, and
See,
and in ways that are easier for them to for the celebrities to see.
yeah.
So, uh, but I don't know. It's very, I don't know. It's like, do you think he's going to read all these comments? Like,
Well, some may say he does read some of them. I
uh,
do think he reads some of them because I mean he did come out in defense of his manager. So I do think he sees a little bit of the conversations that are happening, which is also concerning that so many fans are so demanding on social media, because it's like if you have a feeling that he can see this, would you not want to show him respect? I don't know. It's very weird. So I personally, I feel like what's happening here with Wendy and Nicola and the Beatlemania, I feel like it's different for a couple of reasons. I feel like there's an excitement about a celebrity, right? Which is something that I experience. It's not new. I experienced it with Beyonce as well as with Adele. You know what I mean? This is an excitement about
yeah,
seeing them, the possibility of running into them on the street. There's this excitement of being near them.
yeah.
Then there's this what's happening on this end where it's I care about you so much that I should be able to tell you what's best for you.
Mhm.
And that's where I feel
Right.
like it gets dangerous, because now this relationship is not properly assigned in your brain because you're misunderstanding your relationship with this celebrity that, though they may be personal, both of them, though they may be personable, though they may be easily accessible. Wendy's on vacation right now, and she stops and takes pictures with every single person that asks her to. Nicola goes to the airport. They go and receive this man at the airport.
Mm.
Oh my god, I couldn't make it. So sorry.
Mhm.
But he stops and takes pictures and receives gifts with and this is the thing where I think it's so interesting, the love that he's accumulated from his fan base, because the gifts that they're giving him aren't just like, I mean, they gave him shoes with his favorite color, they gave like different things, they gave him a steamer so he could, because he in a live he said that he didn't have one in his apartment because he got a new apartment, so they give him a steam, like gifts that you would give, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Does that
Yeah.
make sense?
Yeah.
Like a friend that you're like,
Yeah.
oh, this
They're not,
person.
it's not, I just, I made you this, frame or whatever. It's like, here is something that you need because you said that you needed it. I mean, it's, yeah, I mean, it's odd. I think it's odd.
I think it's a fine line between fandom and obsessive,
Well,
like and it's a fine, dangerous line.
I also think it's, people don't have real relationships outside of the internet and outside of their phone.
Right.
And I don't think that's the worst thing in the world. Like, there's a beauty in community, and there's beauty in finding things that you're passionate about. But why are you not buying a gift? I mean, maybe you are buying a gift for your friend, but like, you don't know this person.
You don't know this person. And I agree. Fandoms as communities, I think, are so special, and so they can be so supportive of not just the celebrity, but of each other. You know, you build friendships with these people that you have a common interest with. I think that's a beautiful thing to experience, to be a part of a community where you have this common interest, this human that has, for one reason or another, felt seen in some way, and you all love him, her collectively. And I do think that that's beautiful. The literal crossing of the line is when you are actively trying to tell somebody how to live their lives. Do I have opinions about Wendy and Marlon? 1 million of them, and I tell my mom every single one of them. But would I dare get online and not only tell Wendy, but tell any other human about my opinions about them too? My opinion, wait, not my opinions, but like my wish for her actions. Because an opinion is an opinion. Fine. You go online. I mean, I go online and tell everybody that, what Aaron Taylor Johnson needs to divorce his fucking grandma. I say it all the time. But she's a grandma, you know it,
He
and I know
told you
it.
to stop talking about her, by the way. Did you hear that?
Okay, and I'm gonna keep doing it until they stop being married. Okay, so that's an opinion. But I'm not going on Aaron Taylor Johnson's Instagram and saying, Aaron, I don't know if you've heard, but we don't want you to be with your wife anymore, and I'm not going to support anything you do until you stop being with her. You know what I mean? This like
Yeah,
need
I mean,
to
also you
control.
are, but you're also like, you comment
Right,
on pop culture. Like, I think there's a little bit of a difference.
right.
What gives people the right to be like, don't hang out with that person, or don't do this, or don't do that? I mean, we've become too bold as a society.
Too bold, and we disguise it as fan behavior, as like, because I care about you,
Right.
because I want the best for you. But you don't actually know this person, so there is no way that you actually know what's best for them.
And they don't care about you.
Here's the thing. Here's the
They are
thing.
going to continue to do whatever the fuck they want to do.
They're going to keep doing it, and if anything, I think this is how Taylor Swift becomes Taylor Swift, Beyonce becomes Beyonce, unattainable. You know what I
Sure.
mean? At
Yeah.
some point, Taylor Swift was extremely attainable to her fan base. She was inviting y'all bitches to her house. To
Well,
her house.
yeah.
That's wild. Beyonce gave interviews. She talked to us.
Yeah.
Now you can't you sneeze near her and Julius will have you on a chokehold. You can't get anywhere near her. And I think Wendy and Nicola's fan bases are running the risk, if you may call it that, of they're going to start alienating their personal lives and anything that isn't work related from their fan base, because they don't want to get online and hear nothing but criticism for their management team, for the friendships around them, for if they went out with the girl or not.
Yeah.
It's so
Listen,
wild.
the fandom culture is wild, and internet culture is wild, and Instagram culture is wild, and I think that everyone needs to take a deep breath, and
Everyone needs to breathe.
maybe they need to start talking to kids about, I don't know what they talk about in schools nowadays, but maybe they need to start talking about, like, how to how to how to deal with relationships on the internet, um because
I
yeah, it's a bit
know
out of
that,
control.
sorry to cut you off, but I think the word you're looking for here, and I know I personally try not to use it because it became a term and now everyone says it, but parasocial relationships, I
Right.
do think need to be discussed. How to deal with them, how to keep boundaries around them, how to understand them, and
Right.
understand that these relationships that you have, as close as and as intimate as you may feel like they are, the celebrity is having sometimes the same interaction with hundreds of other people. And to
Right.
them, you're just unfortunately another face in the crowd. Not to say that they don't personalize it, not to say that it's not genuine on their end. I'm just saying that they have this interaction with so many people, they cannot give a little bit of their sincere self to every single person they come across.
Right.
That's not plausible. We shouldn't ask that of them. We shouldn't require that in order to have some sort of admiration for them. It's been so interesting to see the development of Wendy and Nicola's fan bases and the way that they try to dictate their lives, because it's not something, I mean, when I was, I mean, an NSYNC fan and on the little fan boards and I don't remember being this extreme. We didn't have access to them the way we
Right.
have access to celebrities here. And I haven't really been in I haven't been in a fandom since the birth of social media and all of the stuff to really see how it can take over people's lives. I mean, you hear about it, right? You hear about
Mhm.
One Direction and the Swifties and Ariana Grande's fans and all of this stuff. You don't really think about it because I mean, we're a little bit older than that. But now to see, because I get on Twitter to
Mhm.
read what people are saying about Nicola and Wendy and stuff, and it's wild.
I would like our fans to start telling me how to live my life on my
Yes.
Instagram. You can find me at DJ Adriatic.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, tell me what I should do.
Honestly, that we actually require that to be a part of our fandom. We want comments on our Instagram
Yell at
about,
me.
Julie, why are you watching New Girl again? Julie, do better. We want better for you. Julie, turn off the TV. I would love comments like that. I do think it's interesting. Nicole, we are working hard behind the scenes. We are trying to get Nicole on this podcast. And if you think that's a joke, I want to confirm it is not. It's not. No one tell him that I'm an actual fan, please.
Says
Um,
Julie, president of the Nicola fandom.
no, I'm not. Don't even say that. His fan bases are really intense and they'll come for me. I'm president of no fan club. I respect all of you equally. Please do not come and attack me. I am a fan of your guys's as well. You guys are so organized. You have your little names. You have your little they have little graphics of their fan clubs and they wear t-shirts. It's a whole organization. I think
Mhm.
the government needs to talk to these fandoms and see how to get themselves organized, because these fandoms are really doing the most and they're doing it
Mhm.
phenomenally.
Mhm.
Um, but we are trying to get it. I really would love to talk to him about how he's experiencing it on his end and how he sees I know there has to be appreciation. There has to be a little bit of concern on his end of like, these women aren't like, there has to be a little bit of concern of it's getting a little intense. He was just he's on a tour, like I mentioned. I'm following his every no, but he is on a tour, and I just saw a video before we got on here, a video of one of his appearances. Women are pulling at him to take like, I don't know. I've
Listen,
never
the show got struck with magic in the bottle. It probably will never happen
100
again.
100%.
Um, and they'll ride this ride as much as they can. And I
And
hope that
that's
they
why
make
I'm
a lot of money
wondering,
off of this.
100%. I want all
Yeah.
the money for him. Give him all the money.
Yeah.
And Wendy, I want Wendy and him to have all of the success. The success of the show was definitely because of them too.
Right.
And I do wonder and consider that possibly this phenomenon and this extreme love for them could be because you were watching them 24/7 and you were staying up late at night and waking up in the early morning and watching them and maybe feeling like you were cohabitating with them. I don't know, but I would love.
I'm sure that has something to do with it, but I think it really comes down to the fact that they struck gold with these two personalities.
Yeah.
Because these shows happen all the time and nobody gets this famous.
No, it
And
doesn't
so,
happen like this. Yeah.
and you know, they got lucky
They got very lucky. And I do
because
hope that they can make the best of
Yeah,
these
because
opportunities.
there's fandoms that do the same things without having watched the people that they love 24/7
Right.
on it.
Right. That's true. It's a
I
lot.
hope everyone will be okay. I think they're going to be fine.
I hope so. I don't know about the fans though. I'm more worried about the fans because they're really going through it.
They need to take a breather.
They went and commented on the manager's Instagram page, like, "Are you not feeding Nicole?
Oh my God.
Are you
Okay.
not feeding
We're going to move
Nicole?"
on. Because it's time for America's
Oh,
favorite segment in all of the land. It's time for the pop culture pop up. First up on the pop culture pop up, breaking news: Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner are divorcing.
yeah.
I thought they were going to go the distance. I
Same.
mean, I don't know too much about either of them, other than I think Joe
Same.
Jonas is really hot. But I don't. Out of, I mean, you know, compared
Yeah.
to what's his name, Nick Jonas and Priyanka Chopra Jonas, I was like, okay, at least that relationship is real. Um,
100%.
but turns out I guess it's not. I did see Pop Crave had mentioned, and it's not going to pop up for me anymore. But I did see Pop Crave saying that Joe Jonas has been taking care of the kids for the past 3 months.
Right.
So something's
No, but
happening.
I think that that tweet said alongside Sophie. I
Oh,
think it said, I don't
not me
know. I
spreading
don't
rumors that are
no,
untrue. You might be right.
I think it said JoJo because I think
While he's been on tour, it said that while he's been on
yeah, yeah,
tour. I
yeah.
see.
I think they're
Me,
presenting it as they've been
uh, uh,
cohabitating.
I forgot that they had kids. I forgot Joe Jonas is a dad.
Yeah, because you never see them. They're really good about protecting those kiddos.
Well, good for them. Hi, Daddy.
Yeah.
Joe Jonas. I
Oh,
love Joe Jonas.
interesting.
Yeah, I think he's the hottest Jonas.
Okay.
Would it be embarrassing if I came on here and said Kevin is the hottest Jonas?
Mm-hmm.
Is that his name, Kevin?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Embarrassed? No, 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 no.
Uh,
You're allowed to find any human being attractive. And if Kevin's one of them, you know what? I don't think Kevin's unattractive. I want to go on record and say I don't think Kevin is unattractive, but I do. There's something about him.
well, he got the short end of the stick.
I think he's like a little awkward or something. I don't know.
He's the ugly one. I mean,
I mean, I genuinely think they all look very, very alike.
oh, do you?
Yes,
I,
I do.
I mean,
I
yeah, they're
do.
brothers.
No, no, no. Like I a lot of
Uh-huh.
yeah, but
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah,
But
they
if
do
you
look
think
alike.
Kevin's ugly, I mean, say it with your chest.
No,
I mean, I
Kevin's
get
not
no, no.
ugly.
You
No,
said
you know
it.
what? Kevin is
You
not.
said
Well,
he was ugly, and I think you
Kevin
should
is
just own it.
Kevin is the now that I'm looking at these photos, Kevin was the ugliest one. He looks great. I mean, he looks good. They're getting older, they're
Everyone was ugly as a teenager.
well, right.
Let's all remember that. And they started when they were
And first of all, I'm
teenagers.
not the only one who was thinking Kevin was at the bottom of the list, okay? Um,
Okay.
yeah, no, they're hot. They're hot.
I
This
mean,
photo that I'm looking at that the Minnesota State Fair used to promote their performance is great.
right.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, listen, what does Sophie Turner do now? She was on
She
um
was on something
she was
recently.
on but she was I mean she became famous from
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. That's what that show's called.
But I think she did a show recently or an appearance
Hmm.
on a show. I'm not sure, but
Hmm.
I mean, I love Sophie. And admittedly, I don't know much about the Jonas Brothers or Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner's relationship. I don't, it's not like I follow it deeply, but the little things that I saw, the videos, the clips, all these little things that I saw, I thought they were solid.
Yeah, they look great. Mhm.
Turns out they weren't.
Yeah. Well, you know what happens. It
It does
happens.
happen.
Love doesn't
Just
always last forever.
it doesn't. And just a little reminder that we don't know what the fuck is going on with these celebrities.
Right. And especially when you're rich, famous, and hot. I mean, how do you expect to be married
I
forever?
mean, you can't
Okay.
be.
Hopefully they're great parents and they'll take care of their children.
Yes.
Julie, have you ever been to Burning Man?
No, no,
Well,
no.
next up on the pop culture pop up, Burning Man is the people are stuck.
The
They
people are
can't
stuck.
they can't leave the airport. Where are they? Are they
They're in.
the desert?
They're like in I think it's by Vegas. They're in a area where they
It's
have this.
raining or what is happening? Do you know?
Adrian's giving us a lot of information with very little
I
details.
thought I knew, and then I actually
You
realized I
didn't
don't know
know.
what's
You
happening other
didn't
than the fact
know.
that those people are stuck and they're going crazy, I think.
A lot of things are happening. None of them are good. Yes, Burning Man Festival was occurring this weekend. All the rich people were there. Every single one of them. Chris Rock, Diplo, more other rich people you don't know about. They were all there. Burning Man is a festival, babes. To try to explain it, I this level of richness, I can't even put my. I can't.
I think
They're
there's
just
poor people who go, no?
I'm sure. I'm sure. I think you have to like be a part of a camp to even be able to go. You can't just go. It's like a whole thing. Well, there it's in the desert where
Mm,
the dirt is already thick with things, chemical. I don't know what it's thick with, but it rained. It,
mm.
that's the story of this. It rained, and now the mud is not just mud, it's sticky mud.
Oh
It's sticky
gosh.
mud that when you get in it, not only do you sink a little bit, but you are unable to move really. It really costs you to get from one place to another if you're walking on this mud. And so it rained, and people are in cars and RVs and stuff, and they're unable to go anywhere. The festival is supposed to end today, but the mud needs to dry in order for them to be able to leave. And no one's able to drive in, so no one's able to drive out. Some people did make it out. Chris Rock and Diplo, I think, made it out on some sort of truck that someone
Uh,
a fan.
it
Uh-huh.
says they were riding in the back of a fan's pickup truck. Diplo said that he had walked 6 miles through mud before hitching a ride.
Yeah, that's what they said.
Wow.
A
It
couple of
says
people walked.
it says Burning Man flooding strands tens of thousands at Nevada site. Authorities are investigating one death. Oh my gosh.
Oh, wild.
I mean,
Well,
I could have never gone to Burning Man.
that's not my kind of vibe.
First of all, the amount of dirt and dust,
That's not my vibe.
the fact that you're sleeping on the dirt on the floor.
You're trying to take me to a place where I have to use a porta potty for 3 days? You must be out of your mind. I'm not doing it. I struggle to use a porta potty one day. So one time, I don't like porta potties. But here's the thing: no one can drive in. Porta potties, they're not being cleaned out because the sewage people can't drive in to clean them out. So imagine that situation. Then the festival lasted until Sunday. Most people have supplies until Sunday. What if they're stuck after Sunday?
Yeah, no, I mean horrible planning. Did nobody know that there was a storm coming? Why
I
is it
don't know if
flooded? I don't.
well, here's the thing. Here in California, in California in Anaheim, it rained. No one knew it was going to rain. Everyone was so surprised. I looked at the weather app while it was raining. It just said cloudy. I was like, "Bitch, it's raining."
Mm,
Something happened.
I
So
don't know.
let's talk to the let's get a meteorologist on here. Is that what they're called?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, good. Good. That would have been
Yeah.
embarrassing. But yeah, I don't know if it's horrible planning. I don't know, but apparently there's something in the dirt that causes this effect. It's not just regular dirt. I saw a TikTok about it, but I already forgot what it said. But there is something in this dirt that causes this effect that makes the mud particularly sticky. I was seeing these videos people have been uploading while they're at Burning Man. This girl went to the porta potty and now she's trying to get back to their RV, and they have plastic bags around their feet, and she was trying to walk in this mud and her foot was getting stuck. She's like, I have to stop recording because I have to pull my feet out of the mud with every step I take.
I
I'm
mean,
like,
I just no, no.
to go
I
to the
hope.
porta potty, what if you have to what if you get diarrhea?
Well, you poop in the mud. It's like, what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
Listen, I hope everyone is safe.
I
Sounds
hope everyone is safe too.
scary. And then
It
maybe we
is.
should evaluate this festival.
Yeah.
Yeah. Finally, on the pop culture pop up, Taylor Swift. Julie, are
Tay Tay.
you gonna go see the Eras concert film?
If there's any if there's any tickets left,
Mm-hmm. Wow.
the I fear, and
Mm-hmm.
some people came for me on my TikTok about this, but I'm gonna say it.
Mm-hmm.
I fear we have made Taylor Swift too powerful.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is it's in talk about fandoms.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is a lot of power. She sold more tickets already. She's broken the record
Mm-hmm.
of most tickets sold in 24 hours. Don't quote me on that record, but I think that this is what it was. In
Mm-hmm.
24 hours, she broke Endgame's record
Mm-hmm. The
in
Marvel movie.
24 hours.
Uh-huh. I mean,
For a movie, I'm sorry, one moment. For a movie that I'm guaranteeing you every single person that already went to the concert bought tickets for
right.
this movie. They saw the concert and they're buying tickets to the movie. And for a movie that's only in select cities, and for a movie that's only playing at AMC theaters.
Mm-hmm.
And for a movie that has no distribution, they made a direct deal with AMC.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't go through a studio. She's doing
Mm-hmm.
it all on her own. This bitch is gonna make money.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's very smart.
It's very intelligent, and she has the power to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's just very, it's wild, I think, because
It is wild.
it's like, um, I don't, yeah, I don't know. And it'll be streaming in 13 weeks.
Yeah.
Where? TBD, but it will be streaming. I don't know. I mean, I guess good for her, but
Definitely good for her.
not anywhere I would want to be.
Here's you bring up a great point. You bring up a great point because you know what, these fan bases of the Taylor Swifts, the Harry Styles, they're a little intense, baby. They're a little intense, and, and I just feel like me, who I am as a person, am not going to enjoy a movie where everyone is singing along, everyone's dancing, everyone's being loud. You know what I mean? This isn't the actual concert. Just sit here and watch the movie.
Yeah.
I get it's a concert movie. I understand that part. I feel like it's going to be a lot of energy. I'm just gonna wait for it to stream.
Yeah.
And tickets sold out in a couple of cities. I mean, this woman is unstoppable. People went on my video and they were like, no one says that when a man has too much power. I was like, but you're new here. So some bitch was like, no one's questioning whether Trump has too much power. I was like, bitch, I think half of the nation at least has said he has definite. No one's questioning
And
it
that and see
for
that's what
sure.
and that is what's wrong. I mean, it's what's wrong with the internet. You can say whatever you want.
You can say whatever you, as ridiculous as it is.
All right. Ugh. Everybody just wants to start a fight.
Everyone wants to. Oh, I replied to one of the girls that was like, no one ever questions whether a man has too much power. I was like, have you ever laughed? Like Swifties are so not everyone's out here trying to attack Taylor Swift. My comment was definitely, we made Taylor Swift too powerful. I'm a part of the we, bitch. Do you know how sentences work? Have you ever laughed? Have you ever saw something about Taylor Swift and said, oh, that bitch was funny? No, everyone's just gonna attack this poor little white woman. She's gonna be fine. Like,
It'll be fine.
Jesus.
That's gonna do
Sorry.
it for the pop culture pop up. We'll be back next week with more pop culture Chisme. Julie, do you have a next spotlight for us?
I do have a Latinx spotlight. I started following this new TikTok account that I'm currently obsessed with because um I really like the way she speaks. She's Puerto Rican, and I really like the way she speaks. She has a very calming voice. Am I gonna do her recipes? Well, she does plant-based recipes, so no, but I do enjoy watching her videos. But if you like plant-based recipes, Candace, listen up. She's great. She has some recipes that I'm like, that looks like a fun time. I'm just not gonna do it. Her TikTok is called, it's at Mami Chanchu. It's Mami ChanChu, and her name on there is La Natalia. And she's very sweet. She's a young girl. She's cute little short hair, a very calming voice. I watch her videos all the time. I have not cooked any of her recipes. I think she had a salmon recipe that I want to try to make. But a lot of it is she tried this recipe, which I may actually try to do. Carrots that imitated smoked salmon. I know it blew my mind too, but she
Interesting.
slices them really thin and then she marinates them in this concoction that she made. And it's supposed to taste similar to smoked salmon, but as carrots.
Oh, interesting.
It's wild
Food
the
is
way people
science.
do. It's crazy.
Okay, lovely. I'm gonna check that out.
Okay,
Okay,
lovely.
cool.
Okay.
Okay. Time for some azúcar. I will go first. My azúcar this week.
I'll allow it.
Victoria Monet. She just released
Ooh.
another album, Jaguar 2. And let me tell you something. I love Victoria Monet.
Mm,
Love her. Love her.
interesting.
There's nothing else. I love her. First of all, she's beautiful. She can sing,
I
she can
mean,
dance. I mean, she's so talented. The album is fantastic.
mm,
Um, you can Jaguar, the original came out I want to say a year, 2 years ago,
mm,
which is also so good. Um, it's incredible pop R&B, dance music. It's just fantastic. If you don't know who Victoria Monet is, I'm not sure, besties with Ariana Grande, wrote some of her biggest songs.
mm.
Victoria Monet started off as a songwriter and now is her own pop star, and she is just so talented.
I love
She's
that.
bisexual too, I think.
Okay.
I think
Okay,
so.
Victoria.
Anyways, Victoria Monet, Jaguar 2.
I
Listen to
love
it.
that. I love that. Beautiful. My azúcar is I'm gonna tell you about it right now. You're not even ready for it.
Mm,
My azúcar came to me is Renee Rapp's
mm,
debut album. That's phenomenal. It's called Snow Angel. It is very think of like Fletcher, that kind of sound. Do you guys know who
mm,
Fletcher is? Or Haley, oh, what's her last name? Kyo. Oh, I might butcher it. Haley something. She's
mm,
also very talented.
mm,
That kind of vibe, just
uh-huh.
a beautiful gay woman making beautiful music, living her best life. It is 12 songs. 12 songs. It's called Snow Angel. I really loved it. One of the songs made me cry. That was a blast. And yeah, she's good. She's good. She's unapologetic. She has a song about this friendship that ended, and she's basically like, "You're a dumb bitch." And I love that because often we tell each other we got to be the bigger person. We got to move on. And in this song, she says, "I'm still mad, bitch. And what about it? What are you
Mm-hmm.
gonna do about it?" And
Mm-hmm.
I love the way she expresses herself, not only in song, her interviews are really funny. I think she's great. And let us not forget that she gave us an iconic bodyguard moment with Drew Barrymore.
Oh,
That
right.
now I'm demanding a remake of that movie with Renee Rapp as the bodyguard.
Mm,
I want it. I need it.
right.
I can't I can't continue my life without it because in that moment I saw what it could be,
Yeah.
and it was not only horny but also powerful.
Mm,
It was a lot. It was a lot for me.
mm-hmm.
I love Renee Rapp. If you're interested in what some concise thoughts on it, because this wasn't that, I made a reaction video on our YouTube channel. We're doing that now. Reaction to music. So much so that I'm fucking subtitling it. And it's a lot of work. So please go watch the videos. So yeah, I talk about I do a little reaction to the entire album, and you can see me cry. And that's always a good time.
Oh,
Yeah, it's great.
that's nice. I'm gonna watch it.
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you.
Uh,
Well, it's been up for a couple days, so that's how you know Adrian has not. Didn't even know that was a thing, and that's fine. I'm not even upset about it, really. Wow. I'm just kidding. That's my Zuka. Renee Rapp, Snow Angel.
Thank you. I am
Oh,
gonna watch it.
okay. We'll see.
Okay. Yeah, Julie, my life is falling apart. Okay, leave me alone.
You know what? Send good vibes to Adrian. Adrian is going through a lot, and he's not going to tell you. But let me tell you, send him good vibes. He needs some good energy. Mercury said, "You, I got you, and I'm going to kick that ass," and it has. So if you have some extra good vibes, he's not like me. I will tell you the inside of my vagina. He will not even tell you the tip of his penis. So you just know that if you have some kind words to share, maybe send them to Adrian, because he brings you guys some joy and some what's it called? Order to this podcast. Because if it were just me, babes, y'all will get tired of me so quickly. There is no direction to my brain. I'm a ramble machine. But Adrian gives us a blueprint. He makes me follow along. He keeps me on track. And he is a reason why this podcast sounds like two professionals make it. Because if it were up to me, babes, this podcast would be 3 hours long with no breath in between. So everyone say thank you, Adrian. So if you have some kind words, some encouraging good vibes to send over, please send them to Adrian on Instagram.
That's very sweet of you, Julie.
I try.
That's gonna do it for us. We've reached the end of the episode.
We did it.
Make sure that you follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok at You, Me, and Chisme. Make sure you visit the website, youmeandchisme.com. Follow Julie's newsletters. Look for all the reviews on there. Make sure that you give us a review, rate us, subscribe, do all the things that you can do with this podcast on the internet. And make sure, most importantly, that you share it with somebody, because that is ultimately what helps us the most. So yeah. Thank you. And we'll be back next week with more Chisme. But until then, make sure you have lots of love, lots of peace, and most importantly, lots of Chisme in your life. Bye.
Bye.